Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to go over the new World Series rewards and ranked seasons. They just started new ranked seasons today, which means there's two new cards that you can get if you make it into World Series. And those two cards are a 99 overall Signature Series Ted Williams and a 99 overall Silver Slugger Mike Piazza from 2000. So let's get into doing the true reviews of these cards. They're going to be rated 1 through 5 Chewies, as I always do, as well as an in-depth review of their statistics. As for the Ted Williams, it's going to be for his career, being he's a Signature Series. For Mike Piazza, it's going to be for the 2000 season when he won the Silver Slugger and was on the New York Mets. Before we do that, comment, like, and share this video, as well as, most importantly, hit that subscribe button. That way we can continue to grow the channel. I appreciate all the support you guys have given me so far. Let's get into it. Ted Williams. The first of two options for the World Series rewards is the 99 overall Signature Series Ted Williams. He's a left fielder for the Boston Red Sox. He's left-handed batting, right-handed throwing with a secondary position of right field. He's diamond hitting and silver defense. This card right here is probably one of the best left-handed hitters in the game, if not the best. He's going to come very close to that Babe Ruth if he isn't already better than him, as well as the Eric Thames or the Stan Musial guys that are also lefties that are great power hitters. This Ted Williams pretty much matches them, might even be better. Just looking at his attributes just at a quick glance, you guys can see how nasty he is as a hitter. The biggest downside of this Ted Williams is going to be his fielding. But being that this is a Signature Series card, let's go over his career statistics as a player in Major League Baseball. Ted Williams had a career average of .344 and an on-base percentage of .482, a slugging of .634, an OPS of 1.116, an OPS plus of 191. That OPS plus is absolutely ridiculous. If you guys don't know how OPS plus works, it's pretty much 100 is the average baseball player. Anything over 100, you're above average. Anything below 100, you're below average. This dude is almost double what the average is. 191 OPS plus is redonkulous. He also has 2,654 hits. He has 521 home runs, 1,839 RBIs, a WAR of 121.9. He's a two-time MVP, two-time Triple Crown winner, a 19-time All-Star. He won 6 batting titles, and he might be one of the best pure hitters to ever play baseball, if not the best. He absolutely mashed his entire career. The only real downside to Ted Williams is he wasn't a great glove defensively. And with these ridiculous statistics, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1966. He's probably considered the best Boston Red Sox to ever put on the uniform. I mean, this guy has a bigger legacy than guys like Pedro Martinez and Big Papi David Ortiz will probably ever have. I understand that Martinez and Ortiz and guys like Manny Ramirez got the Boston Red Sox those World Series in the 2000s. But this Ted Williams, like I said, is probably the best guy to ever put on a Boston Red Sox uniform. And I don't think you could really argue that statement. Let's look at his attributes and how they relate to his outstanding career. So he has max 125 contact versus righty. He has 123 contact versus lefty, 123 power versus righty, 100 power versus lefty, 119 vision, 125 discipline, 125 clutch. In the field, he has 70 fielding, 71 arm strength, 79 arm accuracy, 67 reaction with 56 speed, 16 stealing, 16 base running aggressiveness. So this Ted Williams actually has really, really great attributes for hitting. The defense isn't as bad as like maybe first glance. At 56 speed and 67 reaction, that's really not that great. But I think you can afford to play him in left field with how good of a hitter he is. It's a little bit of a downside defensively, so it's kind of, do you want to go with a better defensive left fielder, or do you want to go with a guy that absolutely mashes in left field? It's really your choice. I think his bat makes up for any of his defensive flaws that he could have in the field. Let's look at his quirks real quick. His quirks are hitting machine, bomber, 20/20 vision, walker, pressure cooker, unbreakable. So he doesn't have a super amount of quirks. However, he does have the hitting machine, bomber, and walker, which are the big three, as well as 20/20 vision. So those line up really well with a guy that's an absolute monster at the plate. So he has really, really good hitting attributes, and I think that makes this card a very, very good card. At the very least, he's your top pinch hitter on the team, but I really think he should be your starting left fielder if you get a chance to get this guy. Because of that, I'm going to give this Ted Williams 4.5 Chewies, and the only reason he doesn't get 5 Chewies is because the defense is a bit of a letdown. I'm not sure what left fielder you could put out there that would be better than him, though. So I'm going to give him 4.5 Chewies. World Series reward, not everybody can get him, which means his price is going to be a little bit high. And I think there's other free options that are lefties that you can get or could have picked up, such as the Stan Musial or the Babe Ruth, which I think takes away from this Ted Williams a little bit. There's also a plethora of outfielders, and I think that you would play Mike Trout in left field over him if you had the MVP Mike Trout, and you also had Mickey Mantle and, let's say, Larry Walker in right field, or somebody else in right field. I don't know if this Ted Williams is 100% in everyone's starting lineup that is a World Series player and this far in the game. That's the only reason he's getting 4.5 Chewies. As for his hitting, I honestly think this guy's a top 3 left-handed batter in the game, if not number 1. I haven't played with the Ted Williams yet this year or any of his cards. Last year, I absolutely raked with the Ted Williams, so I know that he's a pretty good swing. But I'm going to go with the 4.5 Chewies right now. Maybe it's a little bit of a hard rating for the type of card that he is. However, just the lack of defense, it's hard to give him those 5 Chewies. But hitting-wise, like I said, probably a top 3 left-handed bat in the game. Mike Piazza. So the other World Series reward that you can take besides the Ted Williams is the 2000 Silver Slugger Mike Piazza, 99 overall catcher for the New York Mets. He's right-handed throwing, right-handed batting with no secondary positions. He has diamond hitting and silver defense. This card absolutely looks like it's going to rake for a catcher. This might be the best hitting catcher in the game. He reminds me a lot of the Prestige Buster Posey, except I think he has better hitting attributes. I'm not sure if he has a better swing or not. I'm not a huge fan of Posey's swing. I like Piazza's swing a lot more than Posey's. However, Piazza also has like a big loopy swing as well. So if you don't really hit well with Piazza, you're going to probably struggle with him and have to get used to him. So I'm not sure if that automatically makes him the best catcher. He's definitely the best catcher for hitting lefties. That's not Posey. And I really think it's whoever swing you prefer of which is the best catcher to hit lefties. He hits the righties better than Posey does. He has better vision, but less defensively. So this Piazza definitely is a great catcher. I don't know if you take him over the option of Ted Williams, or you can still get that starting pitcher Chris Sale if he didn't make World Series last season. And I think that's still actually the option is Chris Sale. We'll talk about that a little bit more at the end of the video about who I would take for my World Series reward in this situation. But it's the 2000 season for Mike Piazza. Let's go over his statistics for that year. His batting average is .324, an on-base percentage of .398, a slugging of .614, an OPS of 1.012, an OPS plus of 155. He hit 38 homers, 113 RBIs, had a WAR of 5.1. He was an All-Star, a Silver Slugger, and finished third in the MVP race. This guy actually never won an MVP in the league. He finished second twice when he was on the LA Dodgers. Finished third this year on the Mets. He had some really amazing years as a catcher, and he had a really, really good career, which is why he got inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2013. So this is a guy that is in the Hall of Fame. This is one of his top 3 seasons in his career was 2000 when he won the Silver Slugger. I think that this card is amazing, as I've already kind of talked about a little bit. Let's see what those attributes look like. He has 113 contact versus righty, 125 contact versus lefty, 105 power versus righty, 125 power versus lefty. That max contact and power versus lefty, absolutely going to be a dude that mashes. Definitely at the very least, a platoon at catcher. I'm not sure who you would platoon him with that absolutely rakes righties, but I'm sure you could find somebody. I mean, if not, he's really should be your everyday catcher, in my personal opinion, if you want to pick the Mike Piazza and you have a good swing with him. Going from the contact and power numbers, he's 100 vision, 94 discipline, 102 clutch. He has 76 fielding, 74 arm strength, 75 arm accuracy, 68 reaction, 85 blocking, 40 speed, 14 stealing, and 14 base running aggressiveness. So just like the Ted Williams, the Piazza is going to rake at the plate. He's not a great defender when it comes to being a catcher. In my personal opinion, in this game, you have to have a good defensive catcher. Dudes will abuse you on the base pass, especially if they have a speedy team. So that's kind of not that appealing for this Mike Piazza, in my personal opinion. Let's look at his quirks real quick. His quirks are hitting machine, bomber, 20/20 vision, walker, vacuum, and pressure cooker. So it's great he has vacuum, which gives him a little bit of upside when it comes in defensively because he's going to block more balls in the dirt than a typical catcher. He does have the hitting machine, bomber, 20/20 vision, and walker, just like Ted Williams, which are the big 4 hitting quirks. And I think this car is going to absolutely rake for people if you can hit with his swing. Looking straight up on the attributes, he's an amazing hitter, an above average defender. I think it does hurt him a little bit. I think there's a few other catchers that I personally might pick over Piazza. I think if you can swing a Buster Posey, the Prestige Buster Posey from the XP Prestige Reward Path is actually just as good as this Mike Piazza in my personal opinion, and he's for free. The regular Buster Posey isn't. I'm not even going to argue that point. Buster Posey a little bit better defensively. I know some other guys that really like the Joe Torre or the Yadier Molina. Those guys are worse hitters than this Piazza is. This Piazza is definitely a top 3 catcher, if not top 2 in the game. I don't think there's any arguing that point. However, with the lower defense, and once again, he's going to come with that World Series price tag, you have to pass up on Ted Williams, as well as I personally, if you haven't got Chris Sale yet, would get the Chris Sale. Either way, this Piazza is a stud. We're going to go with 4.5 Chewies on the Mike Piazza here, which ties him with the Ted Williams and World Series rewards. I just think that if he had a better arm, this Piazza would be a 5 Chewie person. It's just at the lower arm strength and everything at a catcher, it can really hurt you. There's guys that will abuse you with that lower arm strength, and he's just not a great defender. He never was. But if you want a catcher that absolutely mashes, Piazza's your answer. It also stinks that he doesn't have a secondary position of first base because I think that would make him a little bit more appealing. Although if you really wanted to go heavy and you think a guy's throwing some lefties, putting Posey and Piazza out there against lefties and you put Posey at first base, that could be a deadly combination if you got to face like a Newhouser or a Snell or one of these other dominant lefties, Al Light or anybody like that. So it's just some options to put out there. The price on the Ted Williams and Piazza probably going to be about 200 plus K once they've been out for a while. Less and less guys are playing the game now too, so there's not as many people making World Series. You guys have to factor that in as well. But I do think this is a very good card. Don't get me wrong. I think the Ted Williams is too. They just both lack defensive attributes that I think are very important to get you that 5-tool, 5 Chewie rating. That's going to wrap up the review of the World Series rewards that just came out, which are the 99 overall Signature Series Ted Williams and a 99 overall 2000 Silver Slugger Mike Piazza. Honestly, as I've already stated, if you didn't make World Series last season and you can still get Chris Sale, go get Chris Sale. I think he's the best card out of the 4 that are options still. If you already have Chris Sale, it's really up to you. Do you want a left fielder that absolutely mashes? That could be one of the best left-handed bench bats if you're not going to use him in the outfield. Or do you want a catcher that's an absolute power monster behind the plate when it comes to hitting the ball, that's going to probably drop bombs, going to hit them panty droppers, he's going to absolutely mash for you? Then go with Mike Piazza. Personally, out of the 2, I would go with Mike Piazza and see if you like him. And if you don't like him, I'd sell him and go get the Ted Williams. That's what I would do. I do think, though, that Chris Sale's still a better option than the 2 of those guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like and share this video. You guys have a great day and be safe.